It's people who've always driven Mack forward through 125 years of history, through hard times, and through the good times too. We've seen some amazing things, but what amazed us most was the opportunity to help people like you build your homes, your businesses, your legacies. So Mack Trucks would like to thank you all for 125 years of looking forward.
This, as it came to fruition, was, how can we reduce dwell time? How can we save their money? How can we save us money? Necessity is the mother of all invention, and truly the trucking team, that's where they come from.
Welcome to CCJ Innovators. I'm CCJ Tech Editor Angel Coker. In this series, we profile carriers and fleets that have found innovative ways to overcome trucking's challenges. This month, we're talking to Keller Trucking. The company, a subsidiary of Keller Logistics Group, has been executing shuttle and spotting services for over 2 decades, and it needed a tool that mirrored how its partners' yards run for greater efficiency and visibility. The solution? Keller Trucking took a product that was originally developed in-house to support Keller Logistics Group's warehouse operations and modified it for customer yard operations. Go ahead and subscribe, and now let's chat with Keller Trucking about its customizable yard management system, YardLink, powered by Keller. What led you to do this?
The trucking business has about 350 power units, 460 drivers, kind of split between over-the-road, kind of traditional dry van, truckload operations, and what Gabe called dedicated services, which is primarily spotting and shuttling services, which leads us to the yard management system product that I think we're kind of looking to highlight here. So we've been executing yard services for over 20 years, and the last 3 to 4 years gotten really, really serious about scaling that portion of our business and growing it quite substantially. And through that, we took a product that we developed originally to support our warehouse operations and kind of modified it and optimized it for what we felt was critical for success in yard operations. And that's kind of how that product was born.
Can you go into more detail about why y'all decided to create your own yard management system?
So there's definitely products in the market that could have served the needs that we had for the most part. Really, we're looking for a customized approach, one that we could run our operations through with certain locations that didn't necessarily need a yard management system, if that makes sense. But we wanted to drive productivity with our drivers and our tractors and make sure that we're providing value to our customer, no matter if they have a true need for a yard management system or not. That was kind of the start to the conversation, and there was no product in the market that really gave us that full functionality. So we wanted to build what you would call a traditional yard management system with all the capabilities that our competitors have, along with what we call like a driver workflow function that we can scale out through all of our operations over time. We've used a variation of the product for like 7 or 8 years, and we just got really serious about it over the last year that, hey, we're going to develop this product. So we spent some time cleaning it up and really getting it ready to go to market per se. And we've officially sold it to a couple of our clients, like I said, 60, maybe 90 days ago at the most.
What has been the benefits that you've seen so far?
There's a lot of players in this space, and what we feel that we can offer is just customization, and it's really built off of experience within what we've been doing for the last 20 years within shuttle and spotting. And so we've taken all of the observations and different things, feedback from drivers as to how can we make operations better. And so the 2 operations that we have this deployed at currently, it was a very manual process where shipping, receiving clerks were assigning work to drivers with pen and paper. There's no trailer visibility to what their inventory looked like. It was all done on an Excel sheet. Now they have the capability to track and trace where trailers are, their status, loaded to empty. It also allowed for some efficiencies between the communication of what the work that needs done. So instead of a driver waiting at the window for a list of moves to get done, the clerks can just log in, assign moves and the work for the drivers to do through this platform. And it's a seamless transaction, and there's no idle time between work being completed or assigned.
Can you give me a breakdown of how YardLink works?
We have a platform that was developed in-house where the YardLink lives. So essentially, if a customer wants to use it, we get them set up within our platform. It's pretty simple request. IT makes them a profile and they have access to their operation within minutes, basically. Our team that owns this from the ops side for YardLink, we do a lot of lead work up to deployment. So we gather all the necessary information on docks, number of trailers, number of spots in the yard, how many drivers are going to be there that need to be using this, all the necessary information to make sure that the workflow is a smooth process. And then once we have all that information, we will go on site and deploy it. And so we have a team that will work with the customer and their different employees that are going to be using it and showing them the capabilities and all the tools that they can use within YardLink. And then we continue to work with the customer after the fact and report on different metrics that they want to see, all provided by the data that's coming from YardLink specifically. The customers log into the YardLink software and it's a simple, you're going to add a task for the driver and then ask you a set of questions, trailer number, trailer status, if it's loaded, empty, where it needs to go, where it's coming from. And once it's deployed on that first day, we capture all that information to where each trailer that's on site has a status. And so that automatically populates for the customer when they want to choose empty trailer 500 and yard spot 2, and they want to put it in dock 10. All they have to do at that point is just assign where the trailer needs to go, which would be dock 10 in that instance. Complete that entry, and then it gets sent out to the drivers who have a tablet in the truck. And then they see that task in the queue, and then they accept the task, and then it gives them all the information they need. And the customers have the capability to add notes or anything specific to that task that they've entered in. So a lot of our customers have seal processes, so they may put a note in there saying, please make sure you talk to Joe on the dock to break the seal, or whatever important information they want to assign with that task.
It was engineered on the yard, not in a lab. Can you talk about that and, why that was important for y'all?
We originally built this for our warehouse operations to manage dock schedulings and trailers on their yard. So we've got 7 or 8 years of real world experience in operating it from the warehouse perspective, which typically our client is on that end of the warehouse or a manufacturing facility. So we had that knowledge, and then we've got the 20 plus years of knowledge of actually running and executing the yard operations from a shuttle and spotting perspective. So we took that knowledge and, kind of put it all together and really decide what was most important from execution, efficiency, ease of use for the drivers, as well as the back end operators, the warehouse folks, the manufacturing folks. We actually did a 6-month trial at our yard about 2 years ago, where we had people manning the gate with our current system to test the product and identify gaps and where the current product was, and to help build our development roadmap for the future. So it's been a long evolution of real world testing to come up with the product in the manner that we did.
Our approach has been there's off the shelf tools and things that can help do things. What we found is that our approach with our customers, and we have such a diverse customer base in the space we're in, is that one size doesn't fit all, one size fits one. And they've had so many experiences in different industries, from manufacturing and distribution and yard management for different need cases, that I think we've been able to create something that has allowed us to bring our process efficiency, which when John and their team come in and help take over a yard from competitors or we're taking it over from in-house management, they've reduced costs pretty significantly. And now we've been able to build a tool to accelerate that process and really gain a lot of efficiency gains based on driver expectations and needs and managing of that yard. So I think that's kind of the really cool differentiator that these guys have done with this YMS product.
That's it for this installment of CCJ Innovators. Check out ccjdigital.com for more trucking content from our editors. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you'll never miss a post from CCJ.